Let's take a peek at some receivers the Vikings could look at. All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. JJ on the shelf. A very, very small depth chart when it comes to receivers. So you know what? Vikings could be taking a look at some receivers. We got 5 of them that maybe tickle their parts.
Yeah, and speaking of 5, multiply that by about 8, and that's how close we are to 10K. So hit that subscribe button. We're almost there. We're on the precipice. I can see it. I can smell it. It smells beautiful.
Yeah, we're more than 40 away, but you know what? We'll take it. Also, make sure to sign up for Underdog Fantasy if you have not already. Do it. Use the promo code SKULL. Easiest place to play fantasy online. They match up to your first 100 bones, and every new customer gets a real nice special when you sign up for the pick'em. So do it. Use the promo code SKULL. Win some cashish.
Sometime you got the Frito pie special at the old Heritage Days. Remember that?
I did. I had the Frito pie and was sleeping shortly after that. It knocked me out for about 2 days.
All right, let's talk about these shitty receivers. Let's remember, this isn't just a free agent wire. We can sign anybody off of their practice squad and their team's practice squad if it's to our active roster. So remember, we've been scouring those practice squads.
Yeah, and let's preface this by saying nobody's going to replace Justin Jefferson. Nobody's even going to come close. It is slim pickings out there. We didn't put Julio Jones on here. There's no Kenny Galladay. None of those guys.
No Laquan Treadwell.
He is on the practice squad of the Ravens. I looked at him. These are guys that fill your depth chart, really. I mean, it is what it is. Let's do it. Number 1, Rashad Perryman. Guy's been on 58,000 teams. Why not the Vikings?
Yeah, if you're doing the grid and you're stumped, just put Rashad Perryman in. He's probably played for 2 teams that are on that thing. When I think of Rashad Perryman, this is what I think of: speed and also drops. And that's just the image I get in my head from him. But yeah, he's out there. He's available. You can get him.
Yeah, he was most recently with the Colts, was cut in August. And he's got the big body. He's a big play type of guy. He showed a little spunk when he was with the Bucs there, 3 years ago, something like that. Yeah. He's 30 years old. Though he's on this list because he's a guy that would have no problem with a change of scenery, coming in right away and just being tossed in, and maybe he gets out there a little bit. Like, that's his thing. He knows how to go to different teams.
He's done it before. He's basically a nomad when it comes to the NFL.
Yes, he is. The next ones I got bunched up. 2 and 3. So let's just blow the load. James Washington and Jalen Reagor, a familiar face.
And Reagor, to me, makes the most sense if you're going to bring somebody in. He actually had a pretty decent preseason with the Vikings. He's familiar with the system, all the terminology. He's played with Kirk Cousins. To me, this makes the most sense. He's currently on the Patriots practice squad. If you're going to bring a new face, I think you just go with an old face here.
Yeah, it does make the most sense. It's still shocking when I put his age, 24 years old.
I can't believe that.
So Jalen Reagor does make the most sense. They would have to take him off the practice squad. When you take somebody off the practice squad, they got to be on your active roster for at least 3 weeks, which clearly fits in that window. Let's talk James Washington. James Washington, 5'11", 213, hasn't caught a ball in regular season games since 2021. Has been all over a bunch of practice squads as well. Most recently cut by the Colts in August.
Yeah, I mean, there was actually some, when he came out as a draft pick of the Steelers, there was some hope for him, and he had some okay seasons fitting in there a little bit, kind of the 3rd, 4th option in the passing game, but some production. So James Washington wouldn't be horrible.
Again, the theme of these players are guys that were just either on a practice squad or recently cut. Like, they want somebody that's ready, that's in football shape, that can go right now. And James Washington is definitely one of those guys, and a veteran that could play right away. Next up, Phil, as I call him, old Philly Dorset, currently on the Broncos practice squad.
Yeah, another first-round pick. I believe the Colts didn't quite pan out.
No, he didn't.
Was he a Patriot? He was a Colt first, wasn't he?
He's been on a handful of teams. He was with the Raiders late August. They cut him. He went to the Broncos practice squad. Colts, Patriots, probably some other teams. Yeah, but he's fast. That's his thing.
Not overly tall, right? I believe he's just like a shorter, fast dude.
5'10", $192.
Yeah, never quite hit that potential of a first-round pick. Still some talent there, though, and who knows? Maybe the Vikings are a place where it just all comes together for him.
Comes to Washington, Reagor, Dorset. We already know Reagor that the Vikings at least he tickles their fancy. But Dorset, former first-round guy. Breland, former first-round guy. And this next guy falls in that category as well, and that is Denzel freaking Mims, the guy who it seems at some point in his career is going to be a Viking.
This one's interesting because, number one, I remember coming to the draft. That was the same year as Justin Jefferson. I had already kind of assumed Jefferson was going to be gone, so Mims was kind of my guy at that point. But I do believe the Vikings have actually, there's been rumors that they've sniffed around him in the past where they're looking to trade a late-round pick to get him. So this one, there could be some interest, too, with the Vikings.
Yeah, and again, great size, great speed. It never came together in the NFL for him coming out of Baylor. He was a big-time name. He was on the Lions. I mean, he's bounced around quite a bit. I mean, when he was with the Jets, he had injuries. He requested a trade. It was just gross for him there. But he's had change of sceneries, and he still hasn't stuck.
Yeah, his career has pretty much been going the way the Vikings 2023 season has.
Mimsy could be a guy to look at, though. So those are 5 guys just kind of we randomly grabbed.
Yeah, but if I'm going to pick 2 off this list, I think I have the best chance. I think it's Reagor and Mims. And I feel like it was the current regime that actually expressed interest in Mims. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of those 2 end up in purple. If the Vikings do actually go out and bring someone in.
Yeah, and the thing is, if they actually were to sign Jalen Reagor, I would see him being active pretty damn early, like it or not. I mean, none of these guys are going to come in and all of a sudden be, we're actually pretty good. No, they're not.
I mean, we have not been nice to Jalen Reagor. We weren't really fans of the trade, but is it fair to say he won us over a little bit this preseason?
He won us over because expectations were so damn low.
True, but he did it. He didn't
win me over. He I don't know what you call it.
At least. So we didn't like hate him anymore. I mean, like, we're like, oh.
I never hated Jalen Reagor. I was just upset by the compensation. So everybody's more mad about what we gave up that he had nothing to do with. He was just happy to have a change of scenery, come to Minnesota, and all we do is dog on him because we gave up so much damn draft cap.
And he had a pretty bad game against the Colts.
He did. So those are 5 guys. Let us know in the comments if you got a wide receiver out there that you would love the Vikings to take a
or send us your video of you catching the ball. Maybe you could be the one the Vikings call. You never know.
I would love to see that.
I would too. I also remember this. Baby pandas have distinct vocalizations. Wah wah means unhappy. Gigi means they're hungry. And cuckoo means all's well.
Oh.